attention is stronger than cocaine. And I'm going to be the nigga to tell y'all. Oh, shit, hold on. All right, so here's the deal. I'm very fortunate enough to have a local liquor store by the name of Sully's. If you're from Kern County, Sully's is almost like this family-owned conglomerate that has their thumb on overly priced gas, but more importantly, an overly priced marketplace. Now, in LA, your liquor store is almost like your watering hole for the neighborhood. You get to see who's still doing the same thing. You get to talk to local people. And the liquor store is the only place where they watch you grow from buying Twinkies or Little Debbie's cakes, and then as you get older, into buying backwoods and shots of Don Julio. Now, out for me, I didn't grow up out here, so I wasn't really in a place where I've had the same liquor store my entire life. However, in my adulthood, over the past 4 or 5 years, I've been going to the same place, and I love it. Now, this one time I ran into somebody. I ran into one of my kids' mom's cousin, whatever, family affiliate, right? By the name of Jason McGee. And he's somebody who I really do admire because he did the one thing that everybody in Kern County or happened to be born in Kern County do, which is the move. He moved to LA where he became a renowned recording artist, music director, everything. Just anything within entertainment, he has done it. And he's done it successfully. So I value his opinion. So if he stops me and says, let's chat, best believe, nigga, I'm gonna do it. I walk into the gas station, a little bell goes off, ling, ling, and he's like, Muhammad? And I'm like, oh my God, Jason, we have a big hug in the middle of the store. We out here looking like the sounds of nigga music in the middle of the gas station. We start talking. He asks me how's everything's been going. I tell him everything's going on. He stops me in the middle of like my monologue about life. And he says, Muhammad, your hair is absolutely stunning. He's like, you really should consider some modeling gigs, or at least a hair deal. And for me, Jason was telling me, he's like, there's brands that will pay top dollar. There's people who will pay to absolutely just have you as a face. And I sometimes get a little worried about that. He later went on to explain to me, he's like, you have the personality already. It can help you get through the door. And then my second rebuttal in my head that I did not say out loud was, if my personality already is getting me through the door, I don't want to add another expense to that entire experience or whatever that interaction, that subscriber or that follow, whoever they may be sure to subscribe. But anyways, that conversation led me into thinking into some of the things that have me personally, because of the way I was raised, I've learned that all of that looking good shit means absolutely nothing. And I personally do my best to, if I'm not getting paid to be somewhere, I don't want to be the social butterfly in the room. In fact, I don't even want to be in the room if I'm not even paid. But these past couple years, I found myself in a series of circles where vanity superseded all. Now, I said in a previous video where we talked about church, and don't worry, I'm not going back into that, but I had a friend who later called church a fashion and a talent show, and I ended up dating someone at one point in my life where she was affiliated with a club, and they had these annuals where everybody would come out and you will see the Rolexes, you'll see the bikes, the cars, and everything kind of show out. And I wondered to myself, how many people here own businesses? How many people here own property? How many people are struggling just to look like they fit in? And then as I was having those questions within myself, I realized, yo, my nigga, you are also here. You don't own a business. You don't own a home. And you're sitting here criticizing this group. Meanwhile, you're also participating in the problem. The scariest part about vanity is a motherfucker because it's something that we really can't see. It's a state of mind within ourselves that only we imagine others are portraying of us. It's something that's more dangerous than being a drug addict because it takes over your mind. Vanity is more dangerous than being in a cult of yourself because this is something you find yourself keeping up with the Joneses, and the Joneses don't even live next door. When I lived my 20s, I never wanted to look like anyone else. I was the most anti-vanity person you can ever meet, but I was doing it in the guise of creativity, being the most creative guy. If you guys go left, I'm gonna go right. If they go up, I'm gonna go down. But now as I get older, it's not really so much about creativity, is what am I giving up for that feeling? What's the trade-off? But it all starts with me leading with vanity. Now, if I happen to meet a friend who likes my work ethic and likes my character and is talking to me, that's beautiful because that's coming from a pure place. That means it doesn't matter what I look like, you value what I'm saying, and that's the most important. Or you value what I do, and that's also important. To touch back one more time on the conversation with Jason, I like the fact that I was complimented for my hair, but I almost felt guilty because it wasn't even something that I worked for. This past weekend, also the same weekend, I ran the best 3 miles of my life. And more importantly, I ran them while pushing both of my sons. I averaged 8 minutes a mile for 3 miles at 32 years old. I wasn't even doing that in high school. I was so damn proud of myself. I called my mom. I was so happy and nobody saw it. But that is what built my confidence. It wasn't, I like your shirt. I like your hair. It was the fact that it was something that I've been working on a daily basis. And finally, I was able to achieve it with my motherfucking boys. So please, to all my people out there, let's step away from vanity. Let's make more conscious decisions to be proud of the things that we worked on, not the shit that we purchased. It does not matter at all what you buy. Do not be proud that a nigga bought some shit. Be proud that a nigga done some shit. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. I'm sorry if this was kind of all over the place, but what's your take on vanity? What's your take on looks? How important is it really? That's all I got.